First headline: Erdogan slams Trump's Middle East peace plans. Trump unveils Mid-East plan, says last opportunity for Palestinians. U.S. plan for Palestinian question is stillborn, Turkey says. Abbas says Jerusalem is not for sale. Death rise to 132 in China outbreak as foreigners leave. Turkey moves to transfer its citizens from China. And now details of the news. President Recep Tayyip Erdogan spoke to reporters about U.S. President Donald Trump's Middle East peace plan unveiled on Tuesday during a press conference with Israel Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu at the White House. President Erdogan said, "Jerusalem is sacred for Muslims. The plan to give Jerusalem to Israel is absolutely unacceptable. This plan ignores Palestinian rights and is aimed to legitimize Israel's occupation." Turkish President answered journalist questions on his plane en route to Turkey from Senegal and said the so-called peace plan will not serve peace and solution. Erdogan also touched on the latest situation in Syria's Idlib and said they held a number of meetings with Russia both in Sochi and Astana. Should Russia abide by these agreements, we will too. As of now, unfortunately, Russia is not sticking to neither Astana nor Sochi. Our colleges are enhancing wings with their Russian counterparts. Recently, a missile has been fired to our side of the border from Aleppo. We will be patient for only so long, but then we will take matters into our own hands. If we are loyal partners with Russia on this one, Russia will then adopt a position. They will take a different approach to the progress with either Syria or Turkey, Erdogan commented. President Donald Trump on Tuesday unveiled long-awaited details of a U.S. plan for solving the Israeli-Palestinian conflict, warning it may represent the last chance at statehood for Palestinians. Today, Israel takes a big step towards peace, Trump told a White House news conference, standing alongside visiting Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, as he revealed key points of a plan already resoundingly rejected by Palestinian leaders. "My vision presents a win-win opportunity for both sides, a realistic two-state solution that resolves the risk of Palestinian statehood to Israel's security," Trump said. The U.S. plan was warmly welcomed by Israel Prime Minister, who called it a historic day for the Jewish state. Trump's proposal, Netanyahu said, would involve the United States recognizing Jewish settlements as part of Israel, some of which just deep into occupied Palestinian territory. The White House later released and Trump tweeted out a map of the proposed borders of what was described as a demilitarized Palestinian state. The map shows the West Bank area containing some 15 Israeli settlements connected to the Gaza Strip area by only a tunnel. This will technically fulfill Trump's promise of a contiguous Palestinian state. The plan, Trump said, proposes a 4-year freeze of Israel development in the area eyed for a future Palestinian state. Jerusalem will remain Israel's undivided, very important undivided capital, Trump stressed. But it will also provide the Palestinians with a capital in occupied East Jerusalem, he said, while indicating that the West Bank will not be cut in half, calling it a historic opportunity for the Palestinians to achieve an independent state. Trump said he had written on Tuesday to Palestinian President Mahmoud Abbas to enlist his support for the plan. Turkey's foreign ministry issued a statement criticizing the recently announced U.S. plan to resolve the decades-old Palestinian question in the Middle East. The recent statement by the ministry said the so-called U.S. peace plan is stillborn. This is an annexation plan aiming to destroy the two-state solution and seize the Palestinian territories. The people and the land of Palestine cannot be bought off. Jerusalem is Turkey's red line, The statement said further, adding that Turkey will not allow any step that seeks to legitimize Israel's occupation and atrocities. We'll always stand by Palestinians, and we will continue work for an independent Palestine on Palestinian land. According to statement, Turkey will not support any plan that does not have the support of Palestine, and that there will not be any peace in the Middle East without ending Israel's occupation policies. Palestinian head of state Mahmoud Abbas announced they reject the so-called peace plan unveiled on Tuesday by US President Donald Trump. Abbas criticized the plan and its many faults and said Jerusalem is not for sale. He said further that there is not one Palestinian Muslim or Christian who would accept the plan. In another news, the ruler of the Gaza Strip, Hamas, said it would strongly reject the peace plan, which was claimed to have drafted to resolve the decades-old Middle East question. A statement by a Fatah movement said, "We will begin resistance to render the deal of the century unsuccessful, which is in fact a project to eliminate the Palestinian cause." The plan announced Tuesday was protested in Gaza, the West Bank and Haifa by hundreds of people, demonstrators, chanted slogans criticizing President Trump. Israel police responded to protests in the West Bank with plastic bullets and tear gas. 10 Palestinians were injured in the confrontation. Countries on Wednesday began evacuating their citizens from Chinese city, hardest hit by an outbreak of a new virus that killed 132 people and infected more than 6,000 on the mainland and abroad. China's latest figures covered the previous 24 hours and add 26 to the number of deaths, 25 of which were in the central province of Hubei and its capital, Wuhan, the epicenter of the outbreak. In another, British Airways suspended all flights to and from mainland China. We have suspended all flights to and from mainland China with immediate effect following advice from the Foreign Office against all but essential travel, British Airways said in a statement. Turkey's foreign minister issued a statement on Wednesday announcing that it has begun work along with Turkey's health ministry to evacuate Turkish citizens from Chinese city of Wuhan and Hubei state, where public offices and schools were shut down due to coronavirus epidemic. The statement said the ministry and the Turkish embassy in Beijing are in close contact with and provide regular situation updates and advisors for Turkish citizens in Hubei province. The ministry issued a travel warning on 27 January 2020 and advised Turkish citizens against unnecessary travels to China, urged those who live in China to stay away from Hubei province and other regions with a high number of coronavirus cases, the statement said. The statement also notes that Turkish citizens were advised to strictly follow health measures as well as latest updates and advisories of the Chinese authorities, the World Health Organization, the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and the Turkish diplomatic missions in China. There has been no case of confirmed coronavirus infections in Turkey, while a suspected Chinese passenger over the coronavirus infection was sent back to China on 25 January 2020, according to statements. And that was the news brought to you by the Voice of Turkey.